It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Come on. It's my life. It's your life. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. You got to make a decision.
Hey. 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 Hey.
803 Music.
Yeah. 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 Oh yeah. 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 Why are you killing each other? It doesn't make any sense. I know that these streets are crazy, but you got a life to live. If not for you, it's your family, or maybe all of your friends. Come give your life to Jesus, so turn away from all your sins. But you say you're too deep in this madness, and there's no way of escape. The dirt is too grimy upon you, so thick like the icing on cake. Or how could a God even love you? You feel like you'll never be clean, but you'll clean all that dirt above you, so the real you can finally be seen. Give your life to Jesus. Surrender all. Give your life to the Lord. Surrender all. Give your life to Jesus. Surrender all. Give your life to the Lord. Let these things fool you. You ain't gotta be on hard. There's no need for opposition. Leave another family scarred. There's so many other options to help a neighborhood that's rough. Make a peace pact to end this and show that enough is enough. But you say you're too deep in this madness, and there's no way of escape. The dirt is too grimy upon you, so thick like the icing on cake. Or how could a God even love you? You feel like you'll never be clean, when you clean all that dirt above you, so the real you can finally be seen. Give your life to Jesus. Surrender all. When you give your life to Him, give your life to the Lord. Surrender all. It's so easy to be seen. Give your life to Jesus. That Jesus is the only way to the Lord. Surrender your all to Him. Think about what you do, what it do. You really know what it's worth. Cause time is really short. Yeah. Down here on this earth, the life that you live comes with a heavy price. But no price was heavy. Jesus gave His life. Yes, He can. So you can be free. All of your sin, confessing out with the old. So there's new life, yeah. You were designed for a purpose by God. So give Him your heart. Give your life to Jesus. Surrender, yeah. Surrender your all to. Give your life to the Lord. He's standing with arms open wide. Give your life to Jesus. Yeah. Saying, come out to me, all that are heavy laden. Give your life to the Lord.
803 Music.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Welcome to the Hollatics Live Interactive Podcast. I am Rash, your host, chief politician, narrator, orator, and the hardest Negro under 6 feet since Eric Easy E. Wright. Peace to the West Coast gangster. Hollatics are checking in from around the nation already. Hollatic Ride Woe is in the building. Hollatic Victor Moore is in the building. Hollatic 7 Grogan is in the building. Hollatic Michael Robinson is in the building. Hollatics are checking in from around the globe. If you've never been here before, this is the Holla-tics Live Interactive Podcast. I am Rash, your host. No bars and stars here. Just you, me, and the things that concern us. So Hollatics, y'all check in. It's not my show, it's our show. I just get to talk my trash because I got the microphone. But you still get to talk your trash. All you have to type yours out. You have to comment, and I read them out. I read them out in fullness too. Sometimes some of my Hollatics they put language in there. And every so often I get with them. I'm like, okay, he said piss, or you know, it get a little harder. I won't go too heavy. But that's my way of saying I read out your full weigh-ins, what we like to call amendments, here on the Holla-tics Live Interactive Podcast. Hollatics are checking in from around the nation. If you just tuning in, we do this every 7:30 to 8:30 every night. Streaming here live on Facebook, my personal page, also the Little Rascal page, also YouTube, Hollatics Live. You need a quicker way to get there, go to hollatics.com. We'll take you to the YouTube, subscribe. We're also streaming on Twitch and Twitter via Parameter. So Hollatics from around the globe, I need y'all to check in. Let's go. Holla-tics Gabriel Robinson just checked in, and if you didn't know, you are listening to the sounds of fire beats. That music in the background, that is Holla-tics Gabe Robinson, one of the coldest producers I know. Before that, y'all seen the video, that was Uncle Boudreaux. Y'all done heard me say that a million times. That was none other than Uncle Boudreaux himself. He released a single a couple weeks ago, I Surrender. Shot a video, looked pretty good. I thought he might get a wife off of that video. Still got time, right? Hollatics, y'all check in from around the globe. This is the Holla-tics Live Interactive Podcast. I am Rash, your host. Let's go. The coffee is hot. Y'all check out the ember. See that little white light? White light. It's the ember. It keep your coffee hot. So my coffee get to stay hot the whole podcast. But Hollatics, y'all check in from around the globe. A lot of excitement going on tonight, right? We're going to talk about the election in the news. We have to. I didn't want to talk about it. Because, you know, I don't want to say I told you so. I am a prophet. So I, you know, you could say, all right, Raz, you're a prophet. You knew what was going to happen. But I didn't use my prophetic gift to determine the election. I just used my my political savvy. And by the way, I was wrong. Actually, now you can go back 3 nights ago. I told y'all I believe Joe Biden would wind up with the seat. But you know, my support went to the sitting president, Donald Trump. But I was actually wrong, Hollatics, because I said he was able to wake up a fraction of the Democratic monster. And again, I've been screaming this for 2-3 days now. There's more Democrats than Republicans. Republicans just vote better. They have better voting records. And I said this like 2-3 days ago that Joe Biden was able to wake up a fraction of that Democratic monster, but I was wrong. He was actually able to wake up more of the monster than anybody in history. I won't credit him and his campaign for garnishing that amount of votes. I think social sites and technology played a part in, you know, the hugest voter turnout in history. But he woke up more than a fraction. He woke up a very large amount of that Democratic monster. And if that happens every race, Republicans would never win because there are more Democrats than there are Republicans. But I called the race 2-3 days ago, and some of the Hollatics weighed in on Monday. So we just watching, we just watching the fireworks right now. I kind of already knew what was gonna go down, man. So Hollatics, y'all weigh in from around the globe, man. Y'all know. If y'all been watching the Holla-tics show, y'all know I'm right. Holla-tics are weighing in. What's up, Marcus Noble? Holla-tic Marcus Noble. What's up, Bailey and Jury is tuning in tonight. Good to see you, Bailey. I'm glad you tuned in tonight. Holla-tic Spencer Lightly is tuning in tonight. Holla-tics are weighing in from around the globe already. Of course, in the news, man, we got the president race. I'm going to pop it on the screen in a minute. But I'm going to read off. 7 say, what do you think of the record I sent to you? I was about to mention that, 7. I love the record, man. I was listening to it an hour before the cast, and then I got called off to all kinds of honeydews and stuff. So I love the record, 7. I say that to you publicly here, man. Nice single, bro. Beezy is checking in tonight. What's up? What's up, Beezy? Tuning in by the way of Corpus. My man is in the building. Holla-tic Spencer say, I don't know if Biden woke them up, but rather President Trump woke up his opposition. That is true. Spence, I cannot debate you on that. I think Trump, he pissed enough people off. The country don't want him in there no more. I guess it don't matter if you do a good job. If people don't like you, you out. So let that be a lesson to everybody in the nation. If you think you so good at your job, you can get fired too. Don't matter how good you are. If people don't like you, you can get fired too. I guess that's what the nation is saying. Holla-tics are checking in. Holla-tic Mike Robinson say, you right, huh? Appreciate that, Mike. Mark Noble say, what's going on? Tonight, Marcus, you are officially a Holla-tic, my brother. I seen you on an earlier comment I made arguing with Sid Victorian. I do that all the time with Sid. Sid weigh in and me and him go back and forth, and sometimes he had good points. Sometimes, I challenge him. Not just him, but anybody in my Holla-tic. So because of that, Mark, you are officially a Holla-tic tonight. Holla-tic Marcus Nobles is now your name for the show. Holla-tic Spence say, I feel more people are opposed to Trump versus the support for of Trump. I had no data or reference, just posts on things. That is true. Holla-tic Spence. Again, man, I got a magazine, a digital magazine coming out, and Holla-tics Monthly, and all I do is recap the nights. It's not a full recap because we do this every night, so it should be about 25, maybe 30 shows. I think it's a 20-page mag. Each page I recap a day on the Holla-tic show. I don't do them all, but I bring up that point to say this. Please send your email so I can get you the digital mag. But I do that to say this. I mentioned in the magazine, and we've had it on the floor here, Holla-tics, y'all know, this subject plenty of times. I've asked people, are you voting for Joe Biden or you're voting to fire Donald Trump? I asked that question here on the show before. And riding on the coattails of Holla-tic Spence comment, I think more people wanted to fire Trump than they did want to hire Joe Biden. It's just when you're running for president, you can't do both. You either have to hire or fire. And I think, well, when you fire, you hire. Let me say it like that. And more people wanted to fire Trump. I don't think everybody wanted to hire Joe Biden. They just wanted to fire Trump, man. So Holla-tic King Lala PLC Beats is checking in tonight. Spence say, my bad. Spence, I done butchered up so many of your weigh-ins, man. The whole Nigeria versus Nicaragua thing, I butchered that whole night up, man. So you do not have to apologize, brother. Holla-tics 7 Grogan say, I hate it for Trump. I hate for Trump is more powerful than educating yourself. Marxism is coming if this crazy voter fraud and craziness wins. It is not over yet. Lawsuits, Trump's billions will keep us in litigation until July 20th. I really think Trump need to quit wasting his money on fighting the election and figure out what in the heck is going to happen to him when he have to give up them keys to that White House. Because we're going to get ready to see some interesting legal American history or legal American history being made. Because I know he's going to have all kinds of lawsuits that want to come at him. I'm just not sure how much punishment you can give an ex-president. I'm just not sure how much the law can punish a person who has sat in the White House. So this is going to be some interesting legality, policy that we getting ready to see take place in the life of President Trump. Because people are going to try to come at him with lawsuits left and right. And it's never been done in history. Can you lock up an ex-president? No, you can't. He knows too much. He has too many country secrets. So how do you punish an ex-president? We getting ready to see that stuff, man, because it ain't going to just end with him leaving the White House, man. I think he's made enough enemies that they want his head, man. So, and I don't wish that on nobody. If you were anti-Trump and your candidate is getting ready to take the White House, man. So, as a word to the wise, lighten up. Let him leave the White House, man, and let's move on with the nation, because God is watching now, and God is the judge. So you put your mouth on people, God have to pay you a visit. It don't matter who they are. We talked about that here before, right? I said both of these men are in their 70s, live long lives, wealthy men. Both of them are multimillionaires, and both have been surrounded by loving family and honored colleagues, man. So we should respect them both. And I back that up by saying you can never have something you don't first respect. So everybody gonna do their war dance. The memes gonna pop up and down, the timelines for the next few weeks, man. But I would admonish y'all, man. Let's get over that and what I mean by the Trump hate, man, and let's get back to some real issues, man, because we do still have a civil unrest out here going on. So, but anyway, tonight in the news, man, 4 states still not in. Biden 264, Trump 214, first candidate 270 wins. We all know how this play out. I predicted it again 3 days ago. I don't get no satisfaction in telling y'all I told y'all so. I just, a Negro been to college for 4 years studying political science, so I can kind of read the cards on some of this stuff. But Holla-tics, y'all weigh in tonight. Spence say, higher fire. You hit the nail on the head right there, bro. That's what's up. Spence say on the Nicaraguan, Nigeria, it's all good. Holla-tics is worldwide. You right, Spence, but I was passing out some really bad information talking about how the Nicaraguan government is under siege. They probably got me on like in the newspaper out there somewhere saying, do not let this dude in the country. Holla-tic Victor Moore say, if President Clinton didn't go to jail, Trump don't have anything to worry about. I don't know, Vic. It's a difference in getting some satisfaction in the Oval Office versus some of the stuff Trump has been accused of. So I'm trying to be nice. When you talk about Clinton, I'm trying to be nice, man. I think it's two different things. I'm not sure if the courts would even see something like that. But Trump is he's not guilty of what Clinton was guilty of. I think his stuff packs a little more weight. Mark Snow would say they already stated he had to be present for the rape case. It's already starting, right? Right? According to Holla-tics, Mark say it's already been stated that for that rape allegation, he will have to be present. But what can you do to an ex-sitting president, man? You can't lock him up. You can't put him in jail. You can't put him in no prison. What he knows is too sensitive, you know. He's too valuable. When you sit as a president or a senator, you get protection for the rest of your life. You get Secret Service members, man. So he has to walk around with protection for the rest of his life. So we can't throw him in jail and protect him. Which one we gonna do? You know, I don't want to see him go to jail. He hasn't wronged me that much that I hate him so much, like so many people do. Is he a racist? I don't think he is, but he can be. He can't. It's still, it don't change. It wouldn't change my vote, man. Again, I would ask you guys who may have not voted for Trump, name me a policy that he put on the floor, that he put across his desk that ruined your life. Hollatics that are anti-Trump. Name me a policy that came off his desk that has negatively affected your life for the last 3-4 years, man. I would love to hear that. Holla-tics Spence say I think Trump has more legal concern than Clinton did. He owes some of the wrong people money. Holla-tics Spence say by wrong people I mean powerful people, banks and nations. That is, man. So we getting ready to see some really interesting American history take place, man. The Rev is checking in tonight. Holla-tics Phil Umber, aka The Rev. If you have not checked out The Rev show on Sundays, man, please do. Take your mind off of this stuff we be hitting you with on the weekdays, man. I hit y'all heavy. But the Rev show, man, Rev, hey, everybody. Rev gonna have you laughing, man. He gonna spin some of your favorite tunes, man. I really would encourage y'all to check out the Rev show on Sundays. Holla-tics Phil Umber. He's in the comments, man. Y'all follow him. Go down the streamline. Check out the past Rev shows, man. Y'all really will enjoy it, man. That is my colleague, man. Don Vito, what's up, D? Coach D is in the building. What's up, man? Welcome to the Holla-tics Live Interactive Podcast, man. Here we no bars and stars, D. We don't talk about celebrity culture here. You know, it's too many people talking about celebrities all the time. Here, we talk about, me and our fellow Holla-tics, we talk about stuff that we have to deal with on an everyday basis. And I know, D, you got football players in your house, so you ain't got time to be worrying about Meg Thee Stallion getting shot in the foot. You got to worry about putting food on the table. Holla-tics Rye say, just need to say it. Nancy Cray Pelosi. Now, if y'all been tuning in, y'all know Rye always gonna take a shot at Nancy. Which you better watch your mouth, Rye, because if Trump is able to tie these courts up, this election in the court system past January the 20th, y'all know Nancy Pelosi then becomes the acting president. I will repeat. If the courts entertain Trump and put a freeze on announcing the president before inauguration date, Nancy Pelosi will be the president. Cray Pelosi might come get you, Ross, so you better watch your tongue, bro. Don Vino says it's more about what comes out his mouth than off his desk. I think that's what got him in trouble, D. But I always watch this desk, man. And you here in Houston with me. We all energy boys, man. We energy boys. We oil and gas boys. We red Republican governor, red Republican state Senate, red Republican House Senate. Republican policies benefit us here. And if you don't work in any of them industries personally, your neighbor do. Your neighbor is waking up going to the chem plants and the oil refineries, man. And, you know, Dems are not always champions for Republican policies, especially big oil. You know, Barack, that was one of his campaign things, man. He was against big oil. So I was looking more at his policies than his personality. I do not think Trump is you know, a racist. I've watched Celebrity Apprentice. I was a fan of the show. You know, I saw a lot of times he done right by a lot of people on the show. So, but I believe he's a grumpy old man, and I think when you sit as a representative of the country, you piss people off when you like that. It don't matter if you do a good job, and that should be a lesson to all y'all, Hollatics, myself included, man. It don't matter how good of a job you do, man. If people do not find you, do not like you. I hate to use that word. That's so thin in paper, shallow. But if people don't, you know, if you're not liked, man, your days are numbered. I think President Trump's story is a fable for that, man. If you're not liked, man, your days will be numbered. Holla-tics, y'all, check in from around the globe if you just checking in. This is the Holla-tics Live Interactive Podcast. I am Rash, your host, cheap politician. And in the news, 4 states still not in. Biden is up 264. He only needs 6 more electoral votes. Out of those 4 states, anyone he get, and we're calling him Mr. President, Joe Biden. He will be my president, your president. I'm not against Joe Biden. I was just for Trump. So once Joe Biden takes the office, man, I will pull for him just like I pull for every president that sat in that seat. I am a Bible thumper, so I'm a man of honor. I believe in honor and respect. So honor and authority. That is me. Some of y'all may not believe in the Bible. That's cool. You still welcome here. You might not believe that you should honor authority. That's cool. You still welcome here. I do, though. And I know many of the Hollatics do as well. I'm about to call everybody Hollatics. Some of y'all don't weigh in enough to be Hollatics. All the Hollatics believe, some of us believe in the word as well, man. And, you know, God forces us to respect authority, man. So that is what I will do when Joe Biden takes the seat. We getting ready to go to the floor subject, man. In a second here. And so, whatever, let's go, right? Hollatics, you know what it's time for. I need you to get your Twitter fingers, your Instagram fingers, your Facebook fingers, your LinkedIn fingers, your TikTok fingers, your Snapchat fingers, your text fingers, WhatsApp fingers. What's that other one with the little blue chat deal? I don't even know. Whatever you choose to use when you write your most heartfelt, passionate, insightful, grimiest, grittiest messages. I need to see the veins in your head, in your neck, slobber, sweat dripping down when you weigh in on tonight's floor subject. Tonight's floor subject was offered up to me by a guest who I have not named as an official Hollatic. But it was offered up by a guest because I was just fishing. I'm like, man, what do I talk about? Everybody's bombarded by the election tonight. So what the heck can we talk about, right? And I was given a great topic for tonight. So tonight, coming to the floor, in moving forward, how do we seriously unify the country? And what should the first 100 days consist of, policy-wise? Now, Holla-tics, when y'all weigh in on this, man. Again, I love emotions, but they have to be interwoven into logic. I expect that from you, Holla-tics. Now, if you're new to the show, you can rant and rave. I'm gonna play with you, pal with you, and make you feel welcome. So I don't want to put that pressure on you. However, if you are a Holla-tic, if you are a Holla-tician, I don't want to hear emotions tonight. I don't want to hear speculation, even though we may only speculate. Because I don't think nobody has fact-driven answers to the first half of these questions. But tonight on the floor, 1 second, y'all. I forgot to push record. This is for the audio. Welcome to the Holla-tic Live Interactive Podcast. I am Ras, your host, chief Holla-tician, narrator, orator, and the hardest Negro under 6 feet since Eric Easy Wright. Tonight on the floor, we have moving forward. How do we seriously unify the country? Seriously. I put an emphasis on that word. And what should the first 100 days consist of, policy-wise? And this is premature, of course, because there has not been a president elected yet. But this is prematurely saying that Joe Biden will take the office. Now, Holla-tics and Holla-ticians, if you run with me, we're a month old. And some of y'all been knowing me for a long, long time. Now you're running in my hip pocket as we build this platform, the Holla-tic Live Interactive Podcast, together. My point, when you run with me, you're going to find yourself running in the future. Most people jog with the herd. Some even lazy lag backwards. When you run with me, you're going to find yourself moving ahead in the future, because that's how I run. Again, we picked the president Monday. 3 days ago, I told you I believe Joe Biden will be sitting in the seat. So now, even though he's not already in the seat, what should the first 100 days look like for him policy-wise? Holla-tics, weigh in. I got Holla-tics weighing in from around the globe already, man. I pray I miss none of y'all messages, man. But let's set this up a little bit before I get to ranting and raving on some of y'all amendments tonight. And moving forward, how do we seriously unify the country? Now, I was given this subject matter by somebody after picking their brain. They were not an official Holla-tic, but I was interested in what they would tell me. Because, we heavy policy here, and it's because it's election season. As all this fade to black, we going to find new subject to come through your living room with. We're going to be talking about men and women and all kinds of stuff. So, but it's election season, so we heavy policy. So I wanted to ask somebody who was not a Holla-tician what should hit the floor tonight. And they told me unity, respect, and love. You cannot stress enough of that, Raz. And I said, that is great. I'm going to put this on the floor tonight. So in moving forward, how do we seriously unify the country? Again, I think Trump was de-elected. He was pushed out of the office because of hate. He may have been his own seed bearer, and the harvest came back to reap him. However, you can't grow on hate, America. If we lock him up like he did Hillary, and we throw him out the window like they did, what was that? What was the chick in the Bible they did that to? Everybody call women who bossy that. What's her name, man? They threw her out the window and ran over with the horses, man. If we did all that to President Trump, that still don't grow us. We still don't grow anything from that. That's still, you can't eat a negative burger. You can't build on a negative brick. I can't say, hey, you go get 15 nothing bricks and I'm gonna go get 15 nothing bricks and we're gonna build 30 stories of nothing. So you can't build on a negative. You can't fill your stomach on a negative. So in moving forward, how do we seriously unify the country? Jezebel, that's right. If we did Trump like Jezebel, we threw him out the window and we backed our chariots over him. We're clapping and hooray, look at him there, look at him now, he's turning red. We'll get all that out the way and then we wake up tomorrow and we're stuck with how do we move the country forward. So in moving forward, how do we unify the country? You know, how do you take back some of that ugly stuff you put on Facebook? I had a friend hit me in the DM today, and I posted his message on my Facebook, and he was asking me, he say, Raz, man, I'm gonna feed my family. He say, I voted for Trump because, you know, his position in Texas, he was big oil, energy, you know, he was Republican. We have a Republican president. He was like, Raz, I don't know if my job gonna go away. How I'm gonna feed my family? And I made it light on my post today. I'm like, man, start selling weed, because I think that's probably gonna be legalized in a minute. I'm being funny, but the truth is, he's asking a serious question. And I had Holla-tics Marcus Noble weigh in. He was like, man, Raz, they been talking about getting rid of all the energy. I've been in it for 20 years. It ain't going nowhere. And hopefully that's some comfort to my guy. But the truth of the matter is, you know, certain places we happen to live and they are more prone to Republican policy, but now we have a Democratic president with a Democratic House. So what's gonna happen, man? You know, I think the Senate will stay red, which is very unfortunate because Biden gonna find himself you know, hard pressed, man, to get stuff done with the Senate being Republicans. More starch than Trump. Trump, I don't believe, was a true Republican. I think he was, you know, they accepted him. And he was still a little bit more lucid in the conservative party. So now that he's gone, you gonna see the real teeth of these dudes come out. They gonna fight Biden tooth and nail. So on the floor, how do we move forward? Seriously, unifying the country, and what should the first 100 days look like? I gotta read out some of these amendments, man. They are coming in from everywhere, man. Trent Bond say, Holla-tics Trent Bond say, days numbered from 1 to 4 years. He talking about Trump. Holla-tics Cello has just weighed in tonight by the way of Waco. Holla-tics Marcus Noble say, we're still waiting on the 11th from Arizona, so it's 253. 253 is the count. Not true, Mark. I've been keeping up on The Guardian. They got a live vote counter. And I've been watching that. I don't watch the regular news, man. It's 264. It's confirmed. Holla-tics 7 Grogan say, Lucifer is not my authority and I will not bow down. I don't think Joe Biden is Lucifer 7. But I won't weigh in yet. I'm gonna save my opinion till it's time for me to get my time on the floor, man. But I don't think he's Lucifer 7. But I get what you're saying, though. Holla-tics Spencer lightly saying, being liked is important, but when you are in the public's eye, taking politics out of it. Albert Bell and Sammy Sosa were both caught for the same crime of corking their bats. Bell was vilified because her was a jerk. He was a jerk, is what you're saying. Sosa was forgiven. He treated fans kindly. That's true. What Prince is pretty much saying is that how you treat people, you know, it ain't about if you just being liked or not. Really, because people can choose to like you or not. And but it's how you treat people at the end of the day is really gonna be, you know, your noose or your executioner or your savior is how you treat people at the end of the day. You're right, Spence. You're absolutely right, man. Spence goes on to say, unified by doing what you just said. Everyone respect the decision and hope for the best and support whoever is in the office. And support does not mean wholeheartedly agree. Dissenting is part of the American political experience, but understand we are all Americans and we must hope for the best for all of us. Now, let me sit there right for a second, Spence, because I want you people, my Hollatics, Hollatics, and people who are just tuning in, watching the show, I want y'all to understand. At the end of the day, man, these people go sit down with suits on in fine leather chairs and create policies for us to live by. Some of them even go have dinner with each other after they do their job. They go have cigars, bourbon, drive around in black Suburbans and get protection by the same selective service people. So I want y'all to remember that before you go box your neighbor over their vote. Remember, these people that are against each other, Republicans versus Democrat in the government, they're sitting down civilly talking. I think we should be the first to do that. I think we should be a better example of that than they are, because they are only there because we put them there, right? So we shouldn't be grabbing a fistful of your brother's shirt. I think we, if all people, have to figure out how to move forward peaceably before Congress even can. Because we got midterm elections coming up, and if some of these people don't perform how they should, then you should be firing them as well. Dems, especially. Jezebel, that's right. See, I couldn't remember Jezebel. Sid say Jezebel. 15-0 bricks. That is how the tick Spence say. How the tick Michael Roberts say unify the country, because there are a lot of people who disagree with Biden, but they have respect. They have to respect the office and the decisions the American people made, but this country needs healing in a bad way because of the hate and rhetoric that has been in the country the last 4 years. And it's been going on longer than that. We need to come together and live because our lives still go on after the election. That is Holla-tics Michael Robinson. Man, them Robinson boys, man, they always weigh in with stuff that just make you just, I could just stop the show. I don't even, after they talk, it'd be like, man, bro, that's so sobering. I just need to just quit all this and just read that, and we just say good night. Mike and Gabe always weigh in with just hardcore sobering amendments, man. I read that again. As Holla-tics Michael Robinson say, unify the country, because there are a lot of people who disagree with Biden, but they have to respect the office and the decision the American people made. But the country needs healing in a bad way because of the hate and rhetoric that has been in the country the last 4 years. It's been going on longer than that. We need to come together and live because our lives still have to go on. You still have to punch that clock tomorrow. Them kids still gonna need oatmeal on the table in the morning. And your boss still gonna wonder why you late. Don't matter unless you was elected president. You're gonna have to deal with all of that tomorrow morning. Holla-tics 7 Grogan say, if Biden actually becomes president, we are headed for a total government control of socialism. Socialism-like. In the first 100 days, he will begin to usher in an anti-God regime like we've never seen. Unity is not an option for us who truly follow Christ. The election is rooted in hate, and truly hate is the foundation of the Biden's presidency. Hate can't be our foundation. Watch 44% tax rates for successful businessmen. Watch taking guns from law-abiding citizens. Watch no longer owning property. Watch starvation and crime skyrocket. Democrats usher in socialism, and that usher ends Marxism, and that ushers in Luciferianism. Think I'm crazy? Read The Devil and Karl Marx, Communist Long March of Death, Deception and Infiltration. That is Hollatics 7 Grogan. He comes like the prophet of doom every night, but I just love this guy because he ain't afraid to say whatever you want, even if he gets banned on Facebook, and he has been before, or flagged rather. And it's Hollatics 7 Grogan, man, weighing in saying the Biden administration will usher in socialism, Marxism, and ultimately Luciferianism. I don't know if I share that opinion that deep with you, Seven. I do know the Democratic Party, they stand on a lot of things that us as Bible thumpers believe God is against. No God is against. No God did not put in our nature for. And so I know that for sure. Is God shocked? Do the world end once Biden is sworn in? I don't think so. God done seen this over and over and over. He didn't watch us die and have babies, and they die and have babies, and they die and have babies. So he ain't shocked by none of this. As Kanye said, y'all really shocked, but I'm really not. So I don't think God is shocked by none of this. Victor Moore say, I told you Seven was a prophet. Let's hope he not, Vic. And we in for some dark days if he is. And I can't say he's not, because I know he's a man of God. But bro, I'm like Abraham. God, if it's 10 of us here, that's worth saving, man. Save the nation. I hope I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. So if God was gonna do it for Sodom and Gomorrah for 10, I think we're gonna be all right, fellas. I hope so. I pray so. I believe so, man. Hollatics, y'all weigh in tonight on the floor. Is moving forward. How do we do that? Moving forward, how do we seriously unify the country? What should the first 100 days consist of policy-wise? I need somebody to tell me, what do they consist of policy-wise? And here we go. Since it's almost closing time, it's not closing time, so don't leave yet. But it is time that I take my time, my floor shares. Tonight on the floor is moving forward. How do we seriously unify the country, and what should the first 100 days consist of? This is my professional Hollatics weigh-in. I am not only the narrator, orator, Hollatics, but I also a Hollatic. So I have to weigh in on the floor subjects myself. And moving forward, how do we seriously unify the country? I think our best route in unifying the country is to, as much as we can, put President Trump and his family out of our minds and put all our focus on the Biden-Harris administration. And we need to hold them accountable for your household, your neighbor's household, the nation's household. Glad that the women have their first female president, vice president, but still president. We can celebrate. I love seeing women jump around and dance. I'm not against that. So let's celebrate that first day. But however, when we wake up, we need to hold them accountable. Trump was not a career politician. He was a businessman out of the business sector who the Republican Party banked on, and it didn't work out for him the second time. Kamala Harris is a sitting senator. Joe Biden has been a senator before he was vice president for 47 years. So we're looking at two people who know the political system. And so just because they won, don't put your cigar in your mouth and go home. I think we need to hold them even more responsible than we held President Trump, because they know more about the political system and how it operates. That is how I believe we will unify and move the country forward. The longer we stay on timelines and making fun of Trump and his family and the memes, it's funny, it's cool. I laugh at some of that stuff. But if we seriously want to unify the country and move it forward, we need to focus on the people that we just hired and make them do their job. And us, as me personally, as a black man, I need to see them do their job. I need to see them do their job because they don't have great records when it comes to dealing with black men. Now, I'm not holding what they done against them. They step into this office with clean slates to show me that you love us as black men. You know, show me that your records was not true of you. That is what I'm looking for as us unifying and moving the country forward. We still have a civil unrest here. We still have police officers that are so intimidated by black Americans that they much rather pull a gun than to peaceably address them. Again, police officers, policy officers. So they are forms of government, policy officers. That's what police means. So they are part of the government. So I need them to get control of their people, whether it's state or nationwide, and show the black man that you love him. That's what I'm looking for. Hopefully that can unify the country. What should the first 100 days consist of? And this is me weighing in again. This is my professional politician opinion. The first thing they need to do is get some type of stimulus across the desk to help out the American people. And I think that's going to be more difficult than we think because the Senate will continue to be Republican control. And now that President Trump is gone or will be gone, I don't want to push him out the door too early. Trump said this. He said, I wanted to do it bigger than Nancy Pelosi and the Dems, but the Republicans didn't want to. But he said, I can make them come around. You know, he had that confidence. He would not get to show us what he could do. However, you still got them Republicans sitting there saying, all right, you know, we finna give y'all hell. And it could be possible. So the first 100 days, what should it consist of? I think it should mostly be concentrating on getting the American people some help who have suffered because of COVID-19. And I don't mean medically, I mean economically. And that is my professional way in and moving the country forward. What should we do to seriously unify the country? We need to quit making fun of Trump. And we need to charge up the sitting president and vice president who have been career politicians. We need to put some serious work on their desk in front of them and say, we need this done. And what should the first 100 days look like? We need a stimulus plan out here to help some of these hurting people. And you know, hopefully some of these red states with red governors, man, you know, fly in and talk to us. Kamala Harris was supposed to be here this weekend and she didn't come because some rednecks in a pickup truck surrounded a bus and they got scared. She was not on the bus. It was just staffers. And she's a sitting senator. So I'm hell bent to believe some Secret Service men with automatic weapons couldn't run off people, a couple people with trucks. But I believe they didn't stop here because they didn't think Texas was winnable. So they kept the bus moving on to Georgia. And it might pay out for them. But I did not vote for them. I'm not upset by that. However, it was so many people that did vote for him. I think it's a slap in the face. I think if you hire somebody, they should have the audacity to look you in the eye, shake your hand, and say thank you. But Dems skip right over Texas because they don't believe they can turn it. And we still cheer them on in the background. I do not understand that, man. I do not understand that. It's not for me to understand. I only control one vote, my own. Often me and my wife don't even agree on voting. So I'm going to leave that right there, man. Anyway, my rant. Hollatics said, Victorian said, I don't think it's possible. The platform of the Democratic Party is radical to almost half the country. At the same time, the Republican Party has set itself up for the Senate and SOTUS. I know that I should know these abbreviations, but I don't. To withhold anything Biden is for the Senate. to withhold Biden and Harris could change within the social structure and the private public land rights and development. With that being said, I believe the COVID narrative will continue and would intensify along the lines of Europe countries with lockdowns and mass mandates. COVID and climate change ultimately are the vehicles that the Democrats believe can unify. So policy within the first 100 days will reflect that. I really think the elephant in the room is, will Biden last longer than John Tyler? People believe in Biden gonna be gone and Kamala is gonna run the country. That is the running conspiracy. CSA, how long do we have before a Harris administration? I don't know, man. I won't even address that. Spencer, Hollatics Spencer said, agree, focused on the new administration. Absolutely, Spence. What do you think about the school loan forgiveness? That would free up billions of disposable income, stimulating the economy. I wish they forgive all student loans, Spence, and you know I got them because me and you walked them hallways together, brother. So I don't know what they want to do about student loans policy-wise. I'm biased. I'm the wrong person to ask that because I think all my loans should be forgiven. I took care of my kids, man. They on their way to college. I didn't take a dime of welfare. I struggled. Some days I didn't eat lunch, man. I gave my kids lunch money. So I think I should be rewarded for that by my student loans being forgiven. So I won't even comment on that, Spence, because I'm biased, bro. Holla-tics Gabriel Robinson say, we have to tear the very foundation of this country apart and really have God in this equation, and us as believers will have to continue to pray for the leadership regardless who's in office. The prayer part, I am 100% with you, Gabe. I'm 100% with your amendment. But tearing the foundation up and putting God in it, it's never going to happen, brother, because we know there's some people sitting in there who don't even believe in it, man. In a perfect world, Gabe, you're absolutely right. I do believe God is the answer, man. If the nation would turn from their ways and humble themselves, he would come and heal the land. But some of them people that sit in them seats, man, they do not believe in the same God we believe in, Gabe. So I don't think we're gonna see that, man. But good amendment, though. I agree with you. Spence say yes, we need a stimulus plan, especially for those in the service industry and special events industry. Yes, Supreme Court of the United States. That's what the SCOTUS mean. Y'all be coming up with these abbreviations. I should know this stuff, huh? I got a degree, right? I should know SCOTUS means the Supreme Court. I think Biden already spoke in the interview. He was gonna challenge the whole Supreme Court thing, man. So, bro, we're getting close to getting ready to have to get out of here, man. Unfortunately, bro. Time is not on our side. Time is not on our side. Y'all remember the Denzel movie? Time is not on our side tonight, man. Holla-tics, y'all have time to weigh in, man. We got a minute left. Aight, forgive them all. Use that bias. That's right, Spencer. I need student loans forgiveness. I couldn't get the Dems to come to Texas and talk. You know, they probably could have got my vote. You know, I was waiting for Kamala Harris to come here. I wasn't going to go see her. But again, if y'all know my story, I'm biased. When she became a senator, I was so happy. I shot a message out to her campaign and said, hey, I'm a black man in the red state, man. How can I help? And it was crickets. So I'm not a fan of her. I cannot support somebody who ignored me. And that was the stands I had for Kamala Harris. I can't get Dems to visit us in Texas, man, because they know they can't win the state. So they when they fly over Texas, they empty out their latrine, what they call it, the toilets in the plane. They empty them out over Texas on their way somewhere else. So kudos. I do not vote Dems all the time because, you know, they don't want to see us, bro. Holla-tics Victor Moore. I need to get this in before we get out of here. Snoop Dogg had a #1 gospel album supported by a major Christian leader. That's what the first 100 days will be like. Camilla owes me $3. That's what she's dodging in Texas. That's how the tick spent. Say she owe you $3. She don't want to pay up, huh? Listen, Holla-tics, man, we're on our way out, man. Great floor discussion tonight, man. Y'all continue to weigh in, follow each other. It's one big love family here, Dem or Republican. This ain't a game. We are Holla-tics, man, dealing with not bars and stars, but issues that we have to face every day. I tell you this every night. If you had the power in your hand and the opportunity to change some lives, you better take it. That's why God put you in that position. And as my man Pickle Juice would always say, quoted by Reverend Ike, walk with the king and be a blessing in all things. Holla-tics, I am out, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow, man.